got the context. I want to describe to you a little bit how upset or freaked out Jamie got leading up to this appearance on Ferguson. We got the call. Craig is actually a huge fan of Mythbusters. He's had us on the show several times. He's become actually a friend of ours. We have Mutual Admiration Society. He called us up a couple months ago and said they wanted us to do a cold open, and I said yes. Speaking for Jamie and I didn't feel I needed to loop him in at that point. And Jamie's first question was, what is a cold open? I said, well, it's in a comedy show. It's the first part, the cold open. It's the icebreaker. Okay, well, what is that going to entail? And I said, well, usually with Craig, it's this like kind of music video karaoke sort of thing that he does, and it's usually pretty absurd. Jamie was like, oh, okay. And he went away. Now, also, you know, Craig and Jamie and I, we are individuals and we are friends, but we also represent these large companies behind us, and the companies want to know what's going to happen. So there was a lot of emails back and forth between Discovery's PR and Craig's PR. What are we going to do on the cold open? And Craig kept saying, don't worry about it. The friends will take care of it. It'll be very good. It's going to be funny. I'm going to personally take care of it. So we went down the we went very far down the sluice to about a week out before knowing anything about what this open will be. And I was pretty relaxed. I knew it's going to be absurd. It's going to look like that, and we're going to have fun. Jamie did not know any of this. And we got word that it was going to be I Stop the World and Melt With You, a song Jamie somehow has never managed to hear. And he said, well, what are we going to do with it? I said, well, it says in the email, you know, there's going to be some lip syncing, you're going to hum. And so then he sends this email going, I'm very nervous. He sends this to a whole bunch of us involved. Well, I'm very nervous about this. Apparently I'm supposed to hum through this whole thing, and I don't understand why that's even funny. And I said, no, it's the song. There's a humming part. There's a oh, okay. And then next comes an email from him going, I'm getting extremely concerned about how this is going to go. I generally don't like musicals. As a form, they've never made sense to me, why people break into... So I'm trying to explain to him the concept of both karaoke and the music video, both which have escaped him from his cryonic chamber. And we get all the way to the night before, where Jamie's like, the very day of, we're actually driving to the studio, and Jamie says, I watched some of those videos they sent across as samples. And I said, yeah. And he goes, he's sitting here, he's not looking at me, but he just says, have you seen these? And I said, yeah, I've seen a whole bunch of them. I love them. The ones with the puppets. Yeah. And the straps on the guy, and the gay dancing, and the Nazi hat. I'm like, yeah. And you're sure that this is a good idea for us to do? I'm totally sure Jamie could, and then I realize what his fear is, and I say, Jamie, I promise you, Craig loves you and is a little afraid of you. He's gonna take care of you, and I can promise you that you're not gonna end up in a room full of people all going, come on, put on the funny hat, Jamie. And he was like, okay. And then he did that, and he killed. He still doesn't understand why Earthlings think that's funny.